Yeah, we got a lot of high school basketball still left to cover this season between the West Bloomfield Lakers on the girls' side and Orchard Lake St. Mary's on the boys' side. Tuesday night, it was St. Mary's. Wednesday, it was all about the girls in green and white. Actually, they were in black and green last night at Marion High School, where the Lakers competed for the regional finals championship against fellow OAA foes in the Royal Oak Ravens. The Lakers got off to a very hot start, beginning the game on an 8-0 run before one single free throw got the Ravens on the board. That was a big hot start, and I had a chance to talk to Coach Darren McAllister about that hot start and the regional championship win.
Just understanding what our overall objective is and what our overall goal is. We knew that, so we knew we had to come out strong. And we did, and we kind of tapered off as it went, but it's just learning how to be consistent, understanding the teams are going to make a run. They made a run. I don't think we addressed it the way we should have, but we got better and got an opportunity to get a lot of our reserve players a little playing time as well.
What did you like that you saw from your team tonight that maybe has been developing over the past few games or that you maybe haven't seen so far in the playoffs from them?
I would think just playing together. Our big thing is, we play with energy, we play with effort. We play with focus, and we play with together. I think early on we were playing together a lot, sharing the basketball and finding the openings and just being disciplined.
Your defense was so stout tonight, limiting the scoring opportunities for Royal Oak. They really had to try to force it out to the perimeter. As you get further into these playoffs, how much of a key is it to have that balanced defensively, to also be able to shut down the perimeter for these teams that are going to be better shooters overall?
Well, that's very important. That's paramount when it comes down to playing some of the better teams. And when you get to this point, when you're the Sweet 16, every team you're playing is real good. Royal Oak, they were one of the teams in our conference. They were a real good opponent, without a doubt. So we respect them and respect what they've done. So we knew we had our hands full. We just came out strong and kind of imposed our will on them and got to the point where we were comfortable enough to play some of our reserve players. We got to work with them and get them ready to, when their numbers called, they're able to go out there and perform for us as well. So we just got to keep working.
What are the benefits and the drawbacks of having these next few days ahead to prepare for the quarterfinal on Tuesday? You got a few days that can be a benefit. Could that be maybe a drawback too, to have that time gap?
Well, there's no drawback in that. Actually, it's a benefit. It gives us an opportunity as coaches to scout our upcoming opponents, so and to also let our bodies heal and get back right back in our playing form. So there's no drawbacks into it. Just going out there, executing, but having our bodies where they need to be so we can execute. Because next week, go to semifinals and finals is the next day. So that's just mainly, it's actually a benefit.
As you get closer to qualifying to get to the Breslin Center and getting that one extra chance to play for a state championship in 2024, what is the focal point right now for your team as you go into these next couple of games leading into potentially a third consecutive state title appearance?
Well, the big thing is just doing what we do. I tell the players all the time, if you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be who you're supposed to be. The benefit that we have in this situation is we've been here before. We know what it takes to win, and we also know what it takes to get to the point and kind of leave something on the table. So, with having that gives us an extra advantage as opposed to some of the other teams that we're playing.
Coach, anything else you'd like to say about tonight's game or as we look forward to the quarterfinal on Tuesday?
Well, as far as tonight's game, I can't wait to get in the gym tomorrow to kind of iron out some of the wrinkles and work on some of the things that we didn't do well. And let's get ready to go to University of Detroit.
The Lakers allowed just one field goal in total, one successful field goal for the Ravens in the entirety of the first quarter, and ran most of the second and third quarters with a running clock due to the mercy rule, as they had quite the significant lead. This team is surging, and so after the game, the person I had to talk to was floor general, senior point guard Destiny Washington, who told me about what her team has done to kick things into high gear as they get closer and closer to having the Breslin Center in sight.
I think it's really the seniors understanding that what we want to do is go out with a ring, and so that every game we play, we know we have to give our all so that we can accomplish our goal.
And talk about that dynamic with the seniors, because yourself and the Davis twins and even Kendall has seen a taste of the championship as sophomores. You've been there. You understand what it takes to get there. How does that factor into how you get yourself prepared, but also how you help get your teammates ready for championship ball?
Well, since we've all been there before, we know what it's like to play under the bright lights at the Breslin, and we all know what it feels like to win, and then we all know what it feels like to lose. So just knowing what we have to do to get to the next step, and we take it every game at a time, and then we just let them know that Like, you really have to play this game. This could be our last game, so you really give it all you can. And we played in big games before, so we know we don't have to speed it up. Like, we can slow it down, play our game. Like, we can handle the pressure.
Yeah, these last few games in particular, you have been kind of that focal point on offense as the facilitator, getting your players open, making sure everybody's firing on every cylinder as they're executing coach's game plan. Now, how does that speak to your style of play, and how does the talents of your teammates then complement that for you?
Well, our whole starting five can get buckets off the dribble. They can take anybody if they really wanted to, but just knowing that I can get all my teammates involved, all our dishes and making those extra passes, that's really what's been making us click, knowing that everybody can score whenever, so we can just pass the ball around and look for the best shot.
Yeah, one more game till you qualify to play at the Breslin Center, 2 more games to the finals, and 3 more wins, you're state champions. What's it going to take from here, in your opinion, for your team to bring that trophy back home to West Bloomfield?
Well, it's just going to take a lot of focus and a lot of dedication in practice in the games. It's going to take the support from the starting five and then the support from the people coming off the bench and everybody executing what they need to do.
Anything else you'd like to say about these games or what's coming forward?
We're going to get a ring. That's it.
That's all you need to hear from a player like Destiny Washington, so confident and ready to compete for a state title, which could be her second in her career. One of those many players that were sophomores during the championship run a couple years back, had that heartbreaking loss in their junior season, and are competing once again for their 3rd shot at a state title. The team's making everybody in the West Bloomfield High School community proud, especially over in their athletic department. They've been a reliable powerhouse for a number of years, but I also had a chance to talk to athletic director Eric Pierce from West Bloomfield High School, who says their impact goes from basketball to much more, and that is a huge point of pride for everyone in the Laker Nation community.
Oh, I tell you, they're absolutely amazing to watch, and we've had the pleasure of watching this team develop over the last few years, and it's just the ins and outs, and it's all the little things. You watch the little intricacies of the game, how hard they play, how they work as a team. They can make a pass and know where somebody's at. They play great defense. They hustle all the time. I tell you, they're just so much fun, a pleasure.
Yeah, Coach Hilbers earlier on this week before the semifinal talked about that parallel between academics and athletics and how these girls perform in the classroom and out in the school. How do you think that translates to the way that they play as a team and as a unit on the basketball floor?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're leaders. They're leaders in everything that they do, and that's what they've been their whole lives. And the greatest part about sports and athletics is it teaches you how to manage a schedule. It teaches you how to be a leader both on and off the court. It teaches you how to make sure that you're understanding what other people are doing at all times. And I tell you, our girls, when they're walking the hall, we're in the classroom, they're a pleasure for our teachers, and they come up to us, and that's why you see so many of our faculty here supporting them, and they're just amazing.
And in terms of this program, in terms of what this means, to be able to potentially get back to the Breslin Center for a 3rd consecutive year, that's tough for any program at any point. And what does that say about what Coach McAllister and what these girls have built over these last several years?
Well, they're resilient, number one. It's like they're a battle-tested champion, and they've seen everything that people can throw at them. And they don't get too high or too low with things. So when things aren't going their way, you can always count on our girls. It's just a matter of time before they come back. And Coach McAllister's done a wonderful job of preparing the team like that because, let's be honest, as the number 1 team in the state the whole year, we've been the hunted the whole year. And it's tough because we're going to get everybody's best game. But our girls expect that, and they truly excel in everything that they do.
Eric, anything else for us?
Just everybody come out to Callahan Hall on Tuesday, cheer on these girls as we battle against Temperance Bedford in the quarterfinal and look to go back to the Breslin. Go Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers 58-25 final score over their fellow OAA rivals in the Royal Oak Ravens. That's their another double-digit win for them in the playoffs. And Kevin, big matchup coming up for them again. They had a tough one in the regional semis against another high-caliber team in Detroit Renaissance, and a tough team from the OAA last night. Coming up next, the 24-2 Temperance Bedford Kicking Mules at Callahan Hall in Detroit at the University of Detroit Mercy. That is going to be a Tuesday night game at U of D Mercy, 7 o'clock tip-off for the Lakers, but an impressive win yet again.